Hey guys, it's Kelly, the embroidery nurse, coming to you for another Tuesday tip. All right, I had to learn this the hard way, so I figured I'd share it with you. Hopefully you're watching this earlier than I learned my own lesson. Always have two of everything you need to get your job done. So what does that mean? Well, have two pairs of scissors. You're always going to lose one. I probably have 18 of these. Just saying. Always have backup when it comes to your stabilizers. I always have one that's unopened. The second I open one of these, I order the next. Or I try to keep more than that in stock. But I always have one in reserve. Oh my goodness, if you are working on a project and you realize you have no more sticky stabilizer to use with your fast frames, how frustrating. And then like me, I moved to a smaller town and my Amazon Prime is really no longer 2 days. It sometimes can take forever. But if you have a store in town where you can get things, that's great. But it's annoying and it's a time sucker, right? So always have two. Let me show you, what else do I always have two of? Oh, I've run out of this before and this killed me. This is my label printer. So when I'm mailing things, if I don't have one of these in reserve and run out, oh my goodness, literally having to print all of my labels and tape them to the packages, time sucker. Wow. I have run out of spray adhesive before. You guys, I use this. I use it liberally, but I use this, right? Conservatively. I don't know. Gosh, I'm not a politician. I use it lightly. Whatever. But I freak out if I don't have this. This is how I adhere my no-show poly mesh to the back of my shirts when I'm doing them. I don't use the fusible kind. I don't like the fusible kind, but I love having a little bit of spray adhesive. You don't want to run out. Have two of them. What else do I have two of? You guys, I learned to have every single size of fast frames. At least two of them in each size. Especially the ones that I use the most often. I like to have more than two. Why? Because I can always have a project waiting. So if I have one machine set up, like right now I have one machine that's set up with the fast frame arm. Now I've got two fast frame arms. I could have both. If that's all I'm doing, like it's Easter basket season or it's stocking season and what I'm churning out are things that I use my fast frames for, then I definitely knew I had to order two fast frame arms, which is the piece that you attach the fast frame to. It's on this machine over here if you can see it. But I also like to have two of every size of the popular fast frames that I use for the sake of I can be pinning one and getting it ready while one is on the machine. I don't have to wait for the project that's on the machine to finish, pull it off, blah, 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 blah. So much faster to have two. And that goes the same with all of the hoops that I use. So I use this Durkee hoop for a lot. It's my 9x9 hoop. I have two of them. Again, always have the next one ready. Or when you move up to the world of 2, 3, multiple machines, you might want two of these at the same time running. If I'm doing a lot of t-shirts, if it's Christmas season or coming up, it's not coming up because it's the summer, but if it's Valentine's and I have a lot of shirts I do in Valentine's, that's one of my bigger seasonal shirt time, then I might want both machines running with the same frame. Every single frame that I have two of, which is amazing. Some of them came with the machine, so that's why I've got two of them, but some did not. When it comes to my Mighty Hoops, again, two of each size, of the popular sizes. This is the 8x9, and then also the, which one is this? Dun, dun, dun. It's like the 9x6 or 8.875 by 6. This is the one I do for baby gowns. I've got two of each size. Here's the smaller one that we do, you know, like monograms, upper left chest, two of each size. I can't stress hoops and then all the supplies you need. I always have extra packets of needles. What if you were literally in a project and the needle broke? What if you were in the middle of a beautiful project and literally in the middle of it, the pink you were using ran out? You don't want to be in that position. And here's the thing. What if you're like, well, I don't really have that many orders. any day one of your items could take off, and you want to be ready. You want to be prepared. You want to have what you need. I have run out of mailing poly mailers, and you guys, there's a lot of things you can run to the store for. Buying poly mailers when you're not buying them in bulk, like on Amazon or any of the mailing sites. If you were to go to like Best Buy or somewhere like that and buy poly mailers, or Staples, any of the office supply stores, they charge you an arm and a leg for a simple, wimpy poly mailer. Or they simply just don't even have them. So make sure you have your shipping supplies. What else? Okay, now this one you're going to be like, Kelly, all right, let's be realistic now. But if you can, have 2 machines. I know, that's not easier said than done, but I mean, I can't tell you how much you can really increase your productivity. I won't say you can double it. I'm not going to be that silly. You can't double it with 2 machines, but you can definitely increase your output. Doubling, I mean, yes, it's 2 machines, but you're still having to man them both. You're still having to hoop and, thread, you know what I mean? So, it helps if you can do it. What else do we need to have 2 of, y'all? That's the main token. Anything that you need to complete your projects, the things that you actually have listed, 2. All right, let me tell you a little story. When I first started, I started kind of on a whim. It really wasn't my goal of having an embroidery business, but I saw this embroidery machine. I bought it. It was very small. I bought it at a yard sale and was like, I'm a monogram, all the things. And I posted a cute seersucker dress that I had found for a really inexpensive price. And I posted it, put it out there on the marketplace, and y'all, had 75 orders in literally 3 hours. I had to turn the post off just out of fear, like, oh my gosh, I don't really know what I'm doing. You know what I did? I bought 2. If somebody bought a 3T red seersucker dress, I bought 2 3T red seersucker dresses. You know why? I wanted backup for that dress in case I messed up on the first one, because I truly wasn't confident of my embroidery abilities. I don't suggest that, because there'd be no markup. There'd be no way to make your money back. And I certainly lost money in that. But that, even though it was crazy and I lost money, that's how my business started. So I don't regret it. But looking back, I just laugh. Like, it was one of those, like, fake it till you make it. But hopefully you'll, at least out of the 1 or 2, you'll do okay. So that's it. I mean, I can look around here and see. I mean, I've got a gazillion frames, a gazillion supplies, a gazillion shipping things, but I've just learned always have the next one ready. So if I was to go, this is the only roll of label printer paper that I have right now. And if I was to run out with what's in my machine, then I would open this and immediately order it. Amazon's great. This one's only like $8.99, so it's not as expensive as the name brand, but it still works in my Dymo. Is it called Dymo? I don't know what it's called. But I just learned to, the shipping's free for Amazon, so if I'm just buying one thing, big whoop to do, right? I'm not losing money with that. Sometimes I will do like a big bulk order at the same time of all my supplies and of course my thread. I will go through and see if I'm running low on a couple of them. I'll go ahead and put an order in for 10, 15 of them just to kind of stock back up to make sure, because I can't tell you how awful it is to run out of thread in the middle of a project. I've done it. I'm sure you've done it, and it is an awful feeling when you don't have a color like that in your stash. Anywho, that's my Tuesday tip, guys. Just make sure you have 2 of everything. That way you can ensure that even if you get a rush of orders, you'll have what you need to get your jobs done. All right, guys, happy stitching. Have a good day.